It's Lindsay from Readings by Lindsay, and I am here today to do the second half of the month psychic forecast for April. So we're looking at the 15th, which was yesterday, all the way to the 30th. I am available, so as some of you know, or if you don't know, I am available for readings by appointment. You can get a hold of me. All my contact information is below. I also do video readings that are much like this for as low as $10 for a single question, which you can also contact me at affordablepsychic@yahoo.com, or you can contact me through my page or through my phone number. You can text me. Just let me know that you have a question, and I can send you an invoice, and we can go from there. Or you can call me if you'd like to talk to me, if you'd like to set up a live appointment. I am certified. You can see all that again on my page. All of that's there. So let's just dive right into this, and if you have any questions, you know how to find me. So I wanted to start off. For those of you who have not, for those of you who have not seen my videos before, thank you for watching, and please subscribe. I keep an intuitive journal, and I actually did 2 sets of meditations for this video, just because I was going to do this video before the weekend, so I meditated on it, and wrote down some dates, some key dates that I wanted to talk about. But then I did it again today because I didn't do the video initially when I wanted to do it. So but things line up, so I want to just go over this, and then I'm going to do the card reading for the next 2 weeks, and then for each individual element, I am going to, because there's a lot, and I will go over this because there's some keywords I wrote down that I'm going to read to you in just a second. There's a lot of, the beginning of the month was about, like, ideas and having ideas and getting ready to plant those seeds. Now we're at the point where we should be planting those seeds and getting ready to manifest. And our manifestation is, I even have a date on here when, like, we're going to be peaking. And we have some retrogrades that are going to be starting the second half of this month too, which are going to bring back, there's old partnerships that it can bring back. Definitely people from our past are going to be coming back within the next week. I've already had it happen in my life personally, believe it or not, but it's something. There are going to be relationships or partnerships from our past that are going to be coming into our life. I actually have the date down as, it looks like the 29th, which is when Saturn goes into retrograde. So, and April 29th, Saturn goes into retrograde. So I have it more towards the end of the month, but I've already been seeing signs of this. And I've seen it in some of the private readings that I've done too, where there's people coming back. Whether they've come back or not, they're coming back in the immediate future, or they're coming back as I'm reading for these people. So, I'm going to set that date back a little bit before the retrograde. I think as we're going into the retrograde, we're even going to see people from our past coming in. Now, the 24th, Pluto goes into retrograde. And it goes into retrograde for October 3rd. And this is actually going to be, this retrograde is going to be about, opening doors and closing doors. Like, there is definitely time, now with all this newness and doing these new things, it's definitely time to be letting go of habits or things that no longer serve us. Do that spring cleaning. But with all the way these retrogrades are working, because Jupiter is also in retrograde. It went into retrograde on the 12th. The way all these retrogrades are working, we're going to look back at like the last 3 months, and we could have a cycle going. So something could not have been working right, or there could have been red flags 3 months ago, and you continue to go on with this project or this relationship or whatever it might be, and now it's time to drop it and start something new. And if you're not ready to do that, which it's possible for a lot of people, water signs especially, which are Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces, are going to have a very difficult time with this. Stop putting this endeavor or this relationship down and calling it quits and walking away from it and getting out while they're ahead. And it could start some cycles up. Earth signs are going to be more grounded and actually more logical, and that is something that is going to be helpful in this because, a lot of times I'm usually saying, use your intuition, use your heart, go, logic isn't always the best way, but right now logic is. Like, red flags are your best friends right now. If you see red flags, go the other way. That should not be, and I'm not here to tell you what to do, but that's the direction you don't want to be going in. And I feel like they're all over the place right now. It's just some of us are having a difficult time either accepting them or even seeing them. Now, let's see. So the 19th, we're going to have a full moon, which is also a super moon. So we're going to feel we're going to be feeling the effects of the full moon probably right about now, going all the way into next week, Monday. We'll be feeling the effects, seeing the effects, kind of, that craziness that only full moons can bring out, right? So here's some of the keywords that I wrote for about this full moon. Patience, self-help, self-awareness, healing, closure, honesty. And it's a difficult time for water signs because some of this honesty, especially water signs, you're really going to have to look in the mirror and be honest with yourself. But it's also time for newness and, planting seeds and starting new things. But you have to kind of have that tower moment, that moment of destruction, to let those new things come into your life. Now, air signs might need a distraction. But that distraction will help lead them away to whatever is not serving them. So, air signs being, air signs that would be, okay, so we have fire is Aries, Leo, Sag. I always get this not messed up, but I always have to name them off. And then I realize I have a chart that has on it. So let me just talk. So air signs, so I don't even know where my chart is. Oh, here it is. So air signs are, so fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. Earth signs would be Taurus, Virgo, and what am I missing? Is it Libra? Or is Libra the other air sign? And I don't even know where on the chart it is. Okay, so Earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And those are going to be the signs that are probably going to have it easiest during this time. So, sorry about that. That felt very unprofessional. I didn't like that. I'm sorry about that. Please don't hold that against me. I'm a human just like y'all. Okay, so now let me go over these dates again with you. So April 24th is when Pluto is going to go into retrograde, and it's going to be into retrograde till October 3rd. So, and this is when we're really, like I said, red flags are going to go up. There's going to be changes occurring that we may not like. Sometimes things happen we don't like, and we should just go with the flow, be flexible. Remaining flexible is going to be good. And then on the 26th is, okay, so also retrograde. 29th, Saturn goes into retrograde, and then on the 26th, it's all about, so this is a different date, sorry. So the 26th, it's going to be all about deadlines. The 26th will also be a date that you're not going to want to, anything this month, if you're going to sign anything this month, sign it the 26th or before. Do not sign after the 26th. And decisions need to be made by this time, whether they're life decisions, whether they're business decisions, whatever kind of decisions they are, decisions need to be made by the 26th. And that is also when manifestation is going to be at its highest. So, all these new seeds that are, we're planting, or these new things that we're doing, or these new ventures that we're starting, or these new opportunities that are coming to us or will be coming to us, this is the best time to bring in what is, to visualize what is for our highest good. And, really visualize what is for our highest good. Don't focus on him or her or them or what you want. I mean, it's good to focus on good, loving thoughts for the universe. Don't get me wrong, but what are you wanting for your life? And how do you want it? I mean, how can you succeed? how can you, what do you have control over? Because you don't have control over anything outside of you. You only have control over yourself. And for so many people, and it being spring too, it seems so weird, but it's time to walk away for so many people, and that goes across the board, all signs. Water signs are going to have the hardest time saying goodbye. Like I said, they're probably going to get caught up in these cycles. There's a 3-month cycle they could really get caught up in. Air signs will need a distraction. And what did we say? Air signs were Gemini, Libra, and Virgo. Was that what we said the air signs were? Air. Okay, so yeah, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. See, I'm sorry. Please forgive me for that. Usually I'm on it and I can remember it, but I have so much, it's like the fire signs I've got memorized, and the water signs I've got memorized, with the air and the earth signs, which seem to be opposite. I always mix them up. So I'm sorry. Another thing I wanted to share with you, one more thing before I get to the cards, is there is major imbalances going on right now. And one of the biggest imbalances is actually a shift in divine female and divine masculine energy, or the balance of it. And right now, there is way too much estrogen going on, like way too much divine estrogen going on. And it's really outweighing the divine masculine. And we're going to see this going on till the end of the month. And then that shift is going to occur and things are going to balance itself back out. So people are going to stop feeling as, basically imbalanced as they do. Like this person's wrong, that victimness, or either feeling like a victim or not, or feeling too much not like a victim and like they can take on the world kind of thing. That's going to end and rebalance itself out kind of when we get all 3 of those retrogrades going, so by the end of the month. So now let's take a look for the collective, what we have to look forward to the next second 2 weeks of April, from April 15th to April 30th, 2019. For the collective, what do we need to know? Okay. So anxiety's coming up, strength is coming up, action is coming up. Now there are goals that, and walking away is coming up. See, there are goals that we have set for ourselves. Many of us have set for ourselves. You know if I'm talking to you. And we're being slow about starting them. Again, with the water signs, I think for some water signs, it's going to be like a rocket start. And then there's just going to be a complete lull and stop. Again, with the imbalance, because there's action that's going to happen. But that fear, that anxiety that's coming with starting things, that's going to pass. And we're going to get up and just start doing things and making things happen. And like I said, with water signs, I think you're just going to get up like a rocket. And you're going to take action, but somebody's going to have to pick you up. Like you'll put yourself in limbo. Some of you may even walk away from the project, or vice versa. You may have partners. Now, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus, which I believe are Earth signs. Let me just double check. I think I got this now. Virgo, Capricorn, Earth signs, got it. Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus are going to probably be the people that are going to be doing the picking up of the fire signs and the water signs. Actually, I think that it's going to be mostly water signs. There'll be some fire signs, because fire signs, I think that's one that's kind of going to balance it. I think some water signs, this is going to be more water signs, but some fire signs may fall more closer to the way the water signs are just going to fizzle out, and some are just going to be opposite, keep going, or have to pick up the people that aren't doing their part. There are definitely partnerships that can occur. If we want them to work, we can make them work, but we have to have patience. And like I said, that's one of the key words. And also I've got the angel of strength coming up. So this isn't just strength. This is an angelic. Just the deck, the angel of strength. The strength card is the angel of strength, but it's an angelic strength. It's help from the divine. It's that patience. That's why I want to point this out again. It's more like patience. Between anxiety and patience. We're gonna transmute energies from anxiety to patience, and we're going to not just plant the seeds, but start taking care of them. But again, there's going to be dramatic things that are going to happen in other areas of our lives, and some people in relationships are going to be figuring out, should I walk away, should I not walk away? Some of you will, some of you won't. The ones that do, you're going to be able to continue to manifest these things. For the ones that don't, it's going to be a cycle. You're going to go back to, trying to balance fear and hope. So that's what we're looking at collectively with the cards for this month, or for the rest of this month, April. Now, as for individual elements, I'm going to pull a card from, I decided to use the Life Purpose Oracle cards. I'm going to do it for one for every element by Doreen Virtue, which she's just an author that I'm mentioning because it's her deck, so I'm going to give her credit. Credit is due. I'm going to do a card for every element to try to diversify this reading a little bit more, since I'm not doing them by each element, and I'm just doing the basic psychic reading for the collective. So, since Earth is popping in my head first, we'll do Earth signs first. And this is a Life Purpose card for Earth signs. Again, that is Taurus, Virgo, and what did I say? See, I had this a minute ago. Taurus, Virgo, and Aquarius. Let me see, am I right? Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Okay. Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. See how quickly I forget things? Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. So this is your card. Sensitivity. So earth signs are going to be a little bit more, this makes sense to me, are going to be a little bit more sensitive this month. This makes sense to me because it seems like water is going to be like the exact opposite of earth this month. And water is usually the most sensitive sign. So this makes sense to me because, all that chaos, it's like I said, it's going to be the earth signs that are going to be picking those that are falling up. And with sensitivity comes compassion. So this isn't just you guys being sensitive, like wearing your heart on your sleeve sensitive. This is having sensitivity and compassion for others. And you guys are going to be displaying a lot of that. You guys are definitely the givers of the second half of April. Now I'm going to read what the card actually literally says. You're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. And I like that, need to make changes accordingly, because just because you guys seem to be the element that's got it all together this second half of April, you still are changing and evolving as a human, because we all are always changing and evolving as a human. And you're still going to have changes you need to make. It's just you're going to have a lot easier of a time making those changes. Okay, so let's go on to water signs, which is Scorpio, and I know this one, which is Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. So, water signs, what card? Oh, this one's popping up. Freedom. You can't make this stuff up. So, here's the card. It's the Freedom card. You guys are going to feel, and I'm a water sign, so or I have a lot of water in my chart. I'm Scorpio, Sun and Moon, and then I'm a Gemini rising. But if you have any of these elements in your chart, especially if you've got 2 or 3 of them in your chart, these will probably relate to you even more. So water signs are going to feel like they're going to do whatever they want. If you don't want to do it, you're not going to do it. Screw it. And that's just the way you're going to feel. I do sense that water signs are going to, now they're going to be internalizing a lot of emotion this end of this month. And I think even going into next month, they're going to be internalizing a lot of emotion, because there are going to be many water signs who are going to have relationships that are in turmoil. Whether they're romantic relationships or their family relationships or their friendships, they're just going to be in turmoil. And there's a lot of water signs that are going to feel like they're going to just want to run away. They're going to want to get away from everybody, everyone, everything, all the commitments, all of everything. Please be strong, and instead of running away, actually cut ties, or make whatever necessary boundaries or just adjustments you need to make, because you don't want to wind up in a vicious cycle. So with this, I'll read what the Freedom card says. You're free to do what you choose. Again, I'm not here to tell you what to do. So you are free to do what you choose. And you definitely will want that freedom for this month. So now we will do fire signs. So that's Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So for fire signs, what card is for fire signs for the last 2 weeks of April? Really looks like this one's trying to pull out an environmentalist. Very interesting. So fire signs. Whenever I get these environmental cards, be aware of your environment. Things are going to be happening around. You're going to be the red people that are going to be really getting the red flags. Fire signs. You are going to be the people that are going to be knowing what I'm talking about by the red flags. So Aries, Leo, Sag, you know what I'm talking about by the red flags. Pay attention to your environment, because there are things that you may know to be true, but you may not have evidence, or you may suspect that you'll figure out, or you'll just get the truth just by paying attention to what's going on around you and where you're at. Some of you will be changing your environments, which means you'll be either changing jobs or you'll be changing homes. I'm going to read what it says at the bottom of, and this could lead over into next month too, because I get a strong sense of spring. So, and that's more than just the next 2 weeks. So I have a feeling that some of these predictions, some of these themes are going to run over into next month. I'm going to read what the card says. You're an earth angel who has been born to protect, nurture, and teach about nature and the animals. So for some of you that may resonate, but for this card and the element in general, fire signs, pay attention to your environment. And for some of you, it could be your natural environment, your natural habitat, I feel like some of you outside, like the boundaries, maybe the boundaries of your property, but there's boundaries, outdoor boundaries that you need to pay attention to. So there's that. And then our last sign that we would do would be air. So we're going to check out airs, which would be Taurus, Aquarius, and Gemini. Gemini. Those are the air signs. Taurus, Aquarius, and Gemini. Okay, flowers, so interesting. So, air signs are going to really live in the here and now. This last 2 weeks, and this is also going into next month, and I think air signs are going to have some of the same themes of what this last half of April is bringing. It's going to go into May. So, and that's definitely with relationships. there's stuff going on with your relationships that there's going to be things that need to be tied up into May. But a lot of these themes are going to go over into next month for you air signs as well as the fire signs that I just did. Air and fire, I think a lot of your topics are the same too. Like a lot of what you guys have going on, like a lot of the changes and a lot of you guys are kind of just watching for red flags and taking them as they come, and I guess staying mindful. Again, this is about staying in the here and now. Being mindful about these signs, these warning signs you're getting, and I think that's probably why a lot of these changes are going into next month, because for the rest of April, you're going to be paying attention to some of these warning signs, or maybe they're not warning signs, maybe they're good signs that you're getting, things that you should do something, and you're going to make good on it going into May. So I'm going to read the bottom of this card. Again, the flowers card, it's very literal, what it says, so you can take it or leave it. It might resonate with you, it might not, but it's always good advice. Working with flowers opens your heart and brings blessings to others through your life purpose. So some of you may feel like working with essential oils, or have been thinking about, learning more about flowers or flower essences. If there's that kind of learning and that's something that you've been thinking of, go for it. That's a symbol or a sign right there. So, this is your psychic reading for the second half of April 2019 from Readings by Lindsay. I'm Lindsay, and if you would like a private reading, be sure to get in contact with me. You can make an appointment Monday through Friday. Tarot readings, simple tarot readings, live tarot readings, either in person or on the phone with me, or by video chat, start at $50 an hour, or you can get video readings starting at $10 for one single question, or a general reading for $30, or you can do a single topic with up to 3 questions for $30 as well, and specialty readings start at $40. So if you want to get a reading, please contact me. All my information will be underneath the video on the page, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.